Welcome back to another module on geology related natural disaster and their management. Today we are going to discuss about a module named earthquakes. Dear students, you may know what is seismology. Seismology is the scientific study of earthquakes and related phenomena. Earthquake is one of the most devastating natural calamity which causes sudden shaking of the Earth's surface. It not only causes damage to buildings and other structures, but also affects the surrounding environment and our lifestyle significantly. An earthquake can trigger many sudden changes in the environment. An earthquake is a detectable shaking of the Earth's surface due to the abrupt release of energy in the crust of Earth, which generate seismic waves. During the course of the history, we have been witnessed several fierce earthquakes which have destroyed entire cities and caused a large scale havoc in our surrounding environment. India had a number of world's greatest earthquakes in the last century. In fact, more than 50% area in the country is considered prone to damaging earthquakes. So, what is earthquake? An earthquake is the shaking of the Earth's surface and that cause many adverse effects. An earthquake is the result of a sudden release of energy in the Earth crust and creates seismic waves. The seismic activity of an area refers to the frequency, type and size of the earthquake experienced over a period of time. You can see this picture here, how the waves form when we put a stone into the water. Like that, the seismic wave is also produced when a trigger or a shock supposed to be happened in the Earth crust. In this figure, you can see the different earthquake prone regions of the world. This image shows the tectonic plates of the earth. Actually, the movement of the tectonic plates of the earth causes earthquakes. This image shows the drifting of plate tectonics. Actually, what happened at the various plates in the earth, after passing years, it has expanded. Next, we can discuss about earthquake zone. Earthquake zone is defined as the zone on the Earth's surface around which the majority of earthquakes occur. It is also known as the seismic zone or the earthquake belt. Earthquake zones in India. There are a total of 5 earthquake zones in India. These are Zone 5, highly prone to earthquakes. This zone includes Punjab, Kashmir and northeast India. The Zone 4 consists of parts of Delhi, Jammu, Bihar and Indo-Gangetic Basin. Zone 3 covers normally moderate damage risk. The Western Himalayan plains, Andaman and Nicobar Islands are categorized under Zone 3. Zone 2 and 1 belongs to low damage risk. Almost all southern part of India includes Zone 2 and 1. Next, we can discuss about terms related to earthquake. Hypocenter. It is the point on the fault where rupture occurs and the location from which seismic waves are released. Normally, the hypocenter will be below the earth surface. Next term is epicenter. It is the point on the earth's surface that is directly above the hypocenter, the point where an earthquake or underground explosion originates. Next one is fault. What is fault? A fault is a fracture in rock where there has been movement and displacement occur. Dear students, this figure will clearly give you overall idea about the origin of earthquakes. Here you can see a point hypocenter, and just above it you can see epicenter and a fault plane. Next term is fault line. A fault line is the surface trace of a fault, the line of intersection between the earth's surface. Another term is fault plane. Fault plane are the cracks or the sudden slip of the land. Next term is fault scarp. A fault scarp is the topographic expression of the faulting attributed to the displacement of the land surface by the movement along fault. Next, we can discuss about types of earthquakes. First, we can discuss about tectonic earthquakes. A tectonic earthquake is one that occurs when the earth crust breaks due to the geological forces on rocks and adjoining plates that cause physical and chemical changes. Another type of earthquake is volcanic earthquake. This type of earthquake is induced by movement of magma. The magma, either by injection or withdrawal, cause earthquake. The movement results in pressure changes in the rock around where the magma has experienced stress. Next one is collapse earthquake. Collapse earthquakes are small earthquakes occurring in regions of underground caves and mines caused by seismic waves produced from the explosion of rock on the surface. Next type of earthquake is explosion earthquake. An explosion earthquake is an earthquake which results from the nuclear and chemical device. There is another type of classification, that is the classification based on magnitude. When the earthquake has a magnitude equal to or greater than 8, that can be categorized as great earthquakes. Similarly, in this table different types of earthquakes you can see based on the magnitude. Based on distance, the earthquakes can be classified into teleseismic earthquakes, which means those earthquakes which have a distance more than 1000 kilometer, and another one regional earthquakes. It has a distance more than 500 kilometer, and the local earthquakes, the distance less than 500 kilometer. Next, I have a question to you. Why do earthquakes occur? There are so many reasons: geological faults, surface causes, volcanic causes, tectonic causes. These all are behind the origin of earthquakes. We can discuss one by one. First, geological faults. A fault is a break or fracture between two blocks of rocks in response to stress. This movement may occur rapidly in the form of an earthquake or may occur slowly in the form of creep. There are mainly three types of faults, namely normal faults, thrust fault, strike slip faults. This picture will give you an idea about different types of faults. This picture shows a fault, a popular fault named San Andreas Fault, which is passing through the California. Another reason is tectonic causes. The structural disturbance resulting in the part of the lithosphere is the main cause of this type of earthquakes, that is tectonic earthquakes. Most of the disastrous earthquake belongs to this category and occur in areas of great faults and fractures. Another cause is surface causes. Great explosions, landslides, slips on steep coasts, dashing of sea waves, avalanches, railway lines, heavy trucks, some large engineering projects cause minor tremors. Some of them are man-made, others are natural. Another cause is volcanic causes. Volcanic eruption may produce earthquake. Earthquake may proceed, accompany and frequently follow volcanic eruption. They are caused by sudden displacement of lava within or beneath the earth crust. Some of the human activity that induce earthquakes are dams and reservoirs. Dear students, as you know, the dams associated with reservoirs induce heavy pressure or high pressure on the earth surface. This may cause earthquakes. Groundwater extraction. While we extract groundwater, we may have to dig the earth. While digging the earth, it may induce pressure on the earth surface. That in turn causes earthquakes. Geothermal power plants. By making use of geothermal energy from the deepest regions of the earth, we may have to induce pressure on the earth surface. During that time, it may cause earthquakes. Fracking and injection wells. Dear students, while we inject some heavy pressure fluid in the deepest regions of the earth to explore oils or gases, there may be chance for pressure release on the earth crust that in turn cause earthquakes. Skyscrapers. The tallest buildings, especially in the metro cities and urban area, exerts high pressure on the earth surface, which may cause earthquakes. Next, we can discuss about the waves produced due to earthquakes. Seismic waves produced due to earthquakes are basically divided into two major types. First one is body waves, that is again divided into two, P wave and S wave, and another type is surface waves. It has again divided into relief waves and love waves. This picture shows different types of seismic waves: P waves, S waves, Rayleigh waves and love waves. Now, we can discuss about the characteristic features of these waves. The primary waves or P waves, normally these are high frequency waves. P waves are short waves and it is longitudinal wave, and it can pass through both solids and liquids, and it has both forward and backward movement. P wave is faster than other waves. P wave normally arrive at first when a earthquake strikes. The secondary wave, that is S wave, it has high frequency and it is short wavelength wave, and the wave moves in transverse manner, cannot move through liquids. S wave move in all direction from their source. S wave is move slower than P wave. After P wave, S wave is arrive. Next, we can discuss about the characteristic features of love waves and Rayleigh waves. Love waves are guided waves. The displacement is parallel to the free surface. Love wave is faster. This wave causes horizontal shifting of the Earth's surface. Regarding the Rayleigh wave, it is guided wave. The displacement is perpendicular to love wave displacement. Rayleigh wave is slower. Ground move in circular motion because of the Rayleigh wave. Next, we can discuss about effects of earthquake. There are two types of effects: primary and secondary effects. Primary earthquake hazard, it is something related to the rapid ground shaking. The rapid ground shaking damages to buildings and causes buckled road and rail tracks, damage to infrastructures, and causes the loss of life and casualties. The secondary effects includes landslides. When an earthquake strikes in any of the region, there may be chance for the landslides also. This is the same situation in the case of avalanches. Those places in which covered with huge mass of ice and snow will be moved down when an earthquake strikes in that region, which may in turn cause avalanches. The earthquakes also cause alteration of water bodies, especially the lotic type of water bodies. The earthquakes also resulted into the fire Earthquakes also causes tsunami. You may know well what is tsunami. It is the huge waves produced in the ocean sector because of the earthquakes in which happened in the ocean bed. Spread of diseases due to water contamination is another long-term effect of earthquakes. The buckled roads, flood, soil liquefaction, etc. are another long-term effects, that is the secondary effects of earthquakes. Next, we can discuss about how to measure earthquakes. The device in which used to measure earthquakes is seismometer. This instrument detects seismic waves. There is another device, seismograph, which record amplitude, height and intensity of earthquake. Measuring the size of earthquake. Normally, we will measure the magnitude of earthquake, and the magnitude of earthquake can be measured using Richter scale. It is a logarithmic scale. Richter scale was invented by Charles Richter in 1935. Some of the great Indian earthquakes are given in this table. The recent earthquakes in which happened in India is given in this table. Next, we can discuss about control measures. How to control the adverse effects of earthquakes. First, we can discuss about before disaster. Connections of gas lines and appliances must be made flexible, which means if an earthquake happens, these devices should not be break down. An earthquake readiness plan must be kept ready, including locating a shelter house, canned food, an up-to-date first aid kit, gallons of water, dust mask, goggles, firefighting equipment, a torch and a working battery operator radio. This will help you to escape from earthquakes impacts. Architects and structural engineers must be consulted before laying the foundation of buildings in earthquake-prone areas. Also, the buildings must be manufactured as per the rules and regulations led by Disaster Management Committee. Be sure you have a portable radio so you can be informed about emergency announcement in your area. Urban planning plays an important role in seismic risk control. Lower risk sites for the density and geometry of buildings should be determined. Newly proven technologies and techniques for seismic design should be applied. Next, we can discuss about do's and don'ts with respect to earthquakes. One must stay indoors until the shaking stops and it's officially announced that it is safe to exit. One must stay away from bookcases, furniture and heavy appliances that may fall. The shelter must be under a table or a bed and hold on to a post or any other fixture. If one is outdoors, the shelter must be taken in a clear stop away from buildings, trees and power lines. What we can do after the disaster? First aid kits must be used to tend to persons with minor injuries such as bleeding and bruises, whereas seriously injured individuals must not be moved until they are out of danger and proper medical help has arrived. If the person is not breathing, rescue breathing must be administered. If the person has no pulse, CPR must be given. Tumbling shelves and falling items must be taken most care, and damaged walls made of bricks must be avoided. Construction of temporary settlements and camps, epidemic surveillance and disease control helps to minimize earthquakes' impacts. Main gas valves must be checked for leaks. The main power switch must be turned off if there is a possibility of damage. Broken appliances must be unplugged until the damage is repaired. With this, I am conclude this module. Dear students, earthquakes occur mainly as a result of plate tectonics, which involves blocks of earths moving about the earth's surface. Earthquakes are mainly confined to specific areas of earth known as seismic zones, which coincide mainly with ocean trenches, mid-ocean ridges and mountain ranges. Earthquakes shake the ground surface and cause buildings to collapse, disrupt transport and services, and can cause fire. They can trigger landslides and tsunami. The destructiveness of an earthquake depends on the size, the depth and the location. Earthquake size can be stated in terms of damage caused or the amount of ground motion and the energy released by the earthquakes. Each disasters bring about tremendous adverse effects in the environment, not only to the environment, but also the living and non-living things present in the area. Next time we can meet you with another interesting module. Thank you very much.